And I love being left for. I've been here many times. I love any conference where there's a panel, is Bernie Sanders liberal enough? I love that to me. This is the place I want to be, you know. Because I'd rather withhold my vote for Bernie and wait, maybe Noam Chomsky will come in at the last minute. So, but I've done a lot of fundraisers for Bernie. I've done 3 or 4 fundraisers for Bernie, and I mean, yeah, I'm happy to do it. And I'm proud to say that we've raised in excess of double figures from all 4 of those. So I think they're well over the top. And Bernie, really, I think pretty much you agree. Anytime he wins a primary, my first thought is, why doesn't he just drop out? He just keeps winning. It's going to hurt Hillary by winning. And if he wins a nomination, it's really going to hurt Hillary for winning the nomination. Really disrespectful. What does he want, really? And if he's elected president, that really is not going to be a good thing for Hillary. I don't think that, what is he trying to prove with the winning every primary? You know? I mean, it's insane. I was on MSNBC, and I tried to get this in. I didn't get a chance to, but they had one quick shot of Bernie sitting at the dinner, which was the most coverage MSNBC has given Bernie the entire campaign. And they had a show in a little corner, awaiting Donald Trump somewhere. You know? They have to put awaiting Donald Trump. And when I was at a bar the other night, they had MSNBC on. Every time I looked up, it was Trump. You know, and the only time they flashed Bernie, when will he drop out? That was the only time. The New York Times, Sanders wins the primary, prolonging the race. Literally, what is it? Is that what it's called? I call it winning 20 states and almost winning others. You know. So but I met Bernie in '92 when he ran for Congress the first time. I did a fundraiser for him at this place, Nadine's. It's no longer around. But nothing's no longer around. Everything's not longer around in New York. But then he said to me, it's not a joke, but this stayed with me. He said, your comedy reminds me of my politics, and it really has stayed with me. And now I can't get on at his rallies, but still, it's Sarah Silverman's on, not you, but she's great. But anyway, it's kind of hard to believe that every time I see them show Trump on screen, don't you have to sort of pinch yourself and go, what horror film am I watching here? It's like some late night Cinemax horror film where and here's Jake Tapper interviewing Donald Trump, who, you know, it still doesn't make sense. It's not that we haven't elected or nominated horrible people who stand for horrible things, but, you know, other than being a racist and Islamophobe, he really doesn't stand for anything. You know, he doesn't say anything, and people embrace him. It's incredible to me. Howard Dean, who I wish was still in politics, got booted out because he was happy. I mean, literally, he was considered a nut the next. Remember that? And it's like, we're gonna win. Oh, he's psychotic. Get him out of there. You know? Wow, what is he happy about? He just won. Get him out of there. And Trump, everything out of his mouth is horrible. And they go, well, and I love when people say, well, I like the fact that he says what's on his mind. Let me just tell you something. Saying what's on your mind is the least unique human trait anybody can have. There are billions of people in the world who constantly say what they're... I just took the A train over here. Several guys were saying what's on their mind. To themselves, but, you know, still. Nobody's going, he should run. I like that. And the media, of course, have gotten all this wrong. The Trump supporters are tapping into the anger. It's not anger. I mean, have any of us been angry lately or frustrated? We get angry in front of having a newborn. I'm sure you get frustrated. You don't get, you know, when your baby wakes you up in the night, you don't go, let's ban Muslims. Really frustrated. I'm really angry. Let's deport 11 million people. It's not a progression. And it's just, you know, incredible. And it literally says nothing. And that's the good thing about Trump. And I'm an optimist. I think the positive thing is whatever votes he gets, we can see how many ignorant people there are in this country. We can actually get it. So I've always wondered, is it 3 million, 3.5? We'll get the exact number by election day. You know. So it's helpful in that regard. I think it's helpful. And actually, I'm a positive person. I think that Trump running is a positive because he does very well. He does, sadly, with a lot of groups, I guess, but basically he owns the poorly educated group, right? And he actually said, I love the poorly educated, which they love him, you know. And so the fact that Trump does so well with the poorly educated, I think it's a good thing because it's a great incentive to stay in school. That could just be an ad, you know, Trump poorly educated. Okay, I'm going to stay in. But it baffles me again. Look, Ted Cruz is beyond horrible too, but he stood for things, all bad, all horrible. Ted Cruz had this, I admire him in one way. He gets to say the most banal, mundane things with such confidence. You know, I think all of us here, we feel we have things to say. I'm always insecure, I'm shy. Ted Cruz gets down there going, I know where the bathroom is. It's not down the hall to the right, to the left. You know, I like how it's a great. Trump will go, I love the bathrooms. They all love me. I know all the bathrooms. I go to the bathroom. I have no problem in the bathroom. Let me just say that. No problem in the bathroom. These are only debates that are R-rated now, too. It's like, it used to be like civics lesson. Van Jones said this on CNN. It's very sad. His daddy used to watch debates. He goes, now you can't have the kids in the room during Republican debates. And it's and meanwhile, Bernie has won 20 primaries at least. And, get it from the very beginning. What's he trying to prove? You know, why is he even running? What's the point now? You know, let's have 9 months to talk about Trump. You know, what do we do? And then John Kasich wins one primary, his own state, going, he's got a shot now, I think. Let's take another look at Kasich, because he's only 900 delegates behind. I think that's it. And you know, and Rubio finishes 4th. This is a game changer right there. I think the 9 votes Rubio got puts his whole campaign in a much stronger position now. And Carson got -5 votes, but it wasn't -10. And I think maybe, I love that Ben Carson, he just is, you know, I don't know what he was exactly. I mean, but it just shows, because we always get, you know, in the dating world, always like, oh, he's a doctor. Not all doctors are that smart, apparently, you know. Not all surgeons, not all brain surgeons are brain surgeons, frankly, you know. But he was fascinating. He was like a performance artist. Ben Carson was like a mime when he was sort of looking, searching for words that he had no idea about. But Donald Trump, I mean, it's, you know, I only have a few minutes. I can do 3 hours, but I don't relish this. I mean, as I said, I hate when people say, "Oh, this must be great for you, comedian." No, it's horrible for the country. I don't really take any. I would rather have like semi-bad candidates and work a little harder to come up with jokes. Really, frankly, when Sarah Palin endorsed Trump, I didn't rejoice in glee and going, "I'm nauseous." Really, you know. But Trump is just doesn't say anything. Like, what are we doing with the economy? We're gonna have so many jobs. We're gonna have millions of jobs. How many jobs do you want? I'll give you 12 jobs. The jobs love me. I've dated many of the jobs. I asked the jobs to put on a bathing suit. I love the jobs. You're gonna have so many jobs, you're gonna want less jobs. That's how many jobs you're gonna have. You're gonna give other people jobs. That's how many jobs you're gonna be. And we're gonna win. We're just gonna win. Regardless of what the winning is, we're gonna win. We're gonna win, and you know, and you're gonna win so much we're gonna lose. That's how much you're gonna want to lose occasionally, frankly, because the winning will be so ridiculous that the winning. People go, wow, I like that. He says what's on his mind with the winning. I mean, it's literally. But he can say anything. Again, Howard Dean is smart, good, just goes, woo, get him out of there. He's crazy. What does he get excited about? He's psychotic, you know. Just go down the list. Didn't you think after the John McCain thing in the beginning, John McCain, I like guys who aren't captured. Okay, that was it. Thank you, Donald. It goes up in the polls. It's an amazing, amazing thing. And his wife is very supportive. She actually said, my husband is no Hitler. What a ringing endorsement that is, you know. That's what I look for in the dating world. On my you know, J-Date profile, I say, please don't think of me as Hitler. That's always, you know, he's no Hitler, really. Boy, that's, you know, he's nothing else, but he's no Hitler, you know. You know, but it's just the wedding and this, and they asked him during the debates, never answers the question, what's your health care plan? There are a lot of plans out there. A lot of plans, yeah, a lot of plans. You're going to be so healthy, you're going to be sick of being healthy. It's going to really, you'll be nauseous, that's how healthy you're going to be. You know, it's just amazing. But Bernie is great, and you know, he, I think, he's still in it, you know, I mean, you know, and he, I hope he would pick, you know, who would pick, of course, Elizabeth Warren would come to mind, but if she doesn't want to do it, Larry David, I think, would be a great choice. Because it would confuse people. Usually, if I was sending the vice president, then they wouldn't know what they're sending the vice president. Like, is that him? I'm not sure. But I think it is him. Well, you know. Larry David is a good impression. There's a guy, James Adomian, actually does even better impression. But frankly, I thought about that. Any Jewish guy over 40 can do a Bernie Sanders impression unwittingly. You know, I just talked to my father earlier. He's like, how do you want to go into the city? You want to the bridge or the tunnel? The tunnel? The tunnel? What am I, a billionaire? I think I spent $19 for the tunnel to the same bridge. That's for the 1%. You know, we could all do it. And you know, there's a big difference between Bernie and Hillary. I will say, not to get into a debate, there is a big difference between Hillary and Trump. So please, the people who say it's the same. You know, it's like evil is evil. There's no lesser of two evils. No, there's different kinds of evil. You know, it's evil to if you get under charge for something like at Starbucks and not telling them, or genocide. I think there's a difference there. Just off the top of my head, but. Because we've had a lot of experience with Hillary when she was our senator. I remember she claimed that she was part Jewish. Remember this? And I did a little research. How is Hillary part Jewish? Apparently, it's her 9th cousin once removed. Step, great-great-grandfather once had a brisket sandwich. And I have to say, and I feel a little sheepish about it. The other comedians can relate to this. You know, I know all of you are outraged that she's in. You know, I agree that she seems to be in bed with Wall Street and that, and she gets. It's outrageous that she would get $250,000 a speech. I know that's outrageous to you. I'm a comedian. When I heard she gets $250,000 a speech, my first instinct was, I wish I had her agent. You know, usually it's like, it's good exposure. There's no money, but there's good exposure. So for that reason alone. And she only has to do 20 minutes. That's the amazing thing. You know, and she's going to bring Bill Clinton in, so I guess she's going to make welfare even more restrictive, apparently. We're going to bring him in. That's good. But you know, it's kind of hard to believe the whole thing. But again, through all of this, and all the communities, and all the political meetings, we are optimists. And the weird thing it used to be, as I said, politicians were, you know, not helpful, but at least semi-normal. We were the crazy ones. Now, comedians are the ones who try to make sense. And I think a lot of us have some good ideas, practical ideas, like to solve some of the world's problems. Like, here's something that always comes up too. This one issue. It's like, should we distribute condoms to high school kids? I see this every time, the West Side Spirit. And the argument is if you give out condoms to high school kids, it'll encourage them to have sex. Now, all I can say is I carried one around for years. I received no encouragement whatsoever. But there are other practical things, like, for example, we still have a lot of drug addicts, and Randy's been incredible in getting, fair drug sentencing and changing all that, the horrible rock and roll drug laws, and it's incredible what he does. But sadly, we still have drug addicts, and we should at least give them clean needles so they don't get diseases, right? And it's a simple thing. Mitt Romney was against that. He's Mitt Romney. Thank God he didn't win. But then compared to Trump, it's sort of like, but I mean, compared to Trump, anything is, nothing compared to Trump. That's appealing. That's really good. Nightmares compared to Trump. I prefer that. I prefer the cold sweats, actually. But Mitt Romney should never won. I mean, he did not belong in the White House. He already has 5 houses. I think that should. One is in La Jolla, near San Diego. La Jolla, it's a Spanish word for the 1%. But Mitt Romney said we should not give out clean needles to drug addicts because it'll encourage people to do drugs. And if you're sitting around tonight going, I'm glad you brought that up. No, I'd like to become a heroin addict. It's the hygiene that concerns me. If you drop the syringe, does the 5-second rule apply? Which is why there are very few Jewish intravenous drug users. We're just too neurotic about the whole process. Like, I bought the heroin, the seal was broken. Is it still good? I'm a little concerned. Can I return it? I don't have the receipt. No, in lieu of that, can I return it for a drug of equal or lesser value? In that case, would the Groupon still apply? Or can I go to Craig for a different drug version? And it says May 3rd. Is that used by? I'm a little concerned. Can I freeze it? Does it keep? Is it kosher for Passover? Anyway, okay, well listen, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much, Scott Blake.